Shannon Sharpe basically told him basically what I forget the lady name over at
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, I did. He told him to shut up and dribble. Yeah,
and not in those words, but obviously
yeah.
just you're putting the Nike in your mouth, basically is what he's saying. And what are your thoughts? I was actually bothered that it was like Shannon and what's the white guy's name? You know what I'm talking about.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, Skip Bayless. They were actually echoing. They were actually in the same echo chamber saying the same thoughts. And I was sitting there like, wow, I had to take I literally stopped it at 6 minutes. It was a 12-minute video. I stopped it at 6 minutes. I literally ran around the house. Like, let me speed walk through the house and let me come back and intake this. But I'm interested in your thoughts.
Well, doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
It was there much reaction? I mean, you had this reaction, but did other people pick up on what had transpired?
I just saw it about 3 hours ago. I literally saw it about 3 hours ago. So tomorrow, I'm sure I'll see what my timeline looks like. So I'm uncertain of that, but I'm pretty sure someone is going to edit out what she said and what he said, and it's going to be a meme somewhere on Instagram. You know how someone's going to do that, but it's just, for me, it's disheartening because Shannon, I forget, Skip Bayless was echoing him, and it seemed like he said I, and then he said Kyrie, and Shannon said Irving, and they were just in correspondence with one another with the same message, and that caught me off guard, because typically Shannon Sharpe, obviously with LeBron, I would love to see a conversation with you, him talk about LeBron James in 2020, maybe 2021, but it really caught me off guard,
Listen, I'm someone that tends to think a lot of the athletes are out over their skis talking about, look, Colin Kaepernick to me, and I see him over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
is well out over his skis.
Sure.
Talking about racial issues when he needs to work on himself and figuring out who he is. And again, I'm not trying to disparage the guy, but I actually have sympathy for how he was raised and grew up. If I'd been given up for adoption and raised out in the suburbs of white people, I would certainly have some identity issues. And so sometimes I get where people are like, hey, man, you beyond your depth as an athlete. Many of these guys basically walked off a college campus at age 19 and became instant millionaires.
Right.
And the 3 or 4 years before that, they were already somewhat wealthy because they knew that wealth was on the way.
Right.
And so anytime you become, again, they're like childhood TV stars or movie stars. And and so I get where some people are saying, hey, man, you're beyond your depth. And, you're talking about things that you don't have a full understanding of. And so but I get you pointing out the hypocrisy of Laura Ingraham said the same thing to basically LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, LeBron, you're beyond your depth. Just go play basketball. We really don't want to hear you on these issues. And that's what Shannon Sharpe is saying about Kyrie Irving. And so I don't want to be a hypocrite because, to me, I've certainly been years and years ago an athlete in college who thought he knew more than what he really knew.
Mm-hmm.
And just been a young person. And, again, Kyrie, any of these guys, as they get older and older, they'll look back and go, damn, I used to think that. Because, that's certainly what has happened to me. And I think most people, if they're reflective at all, but it's difficult, the hypocrisy of what Shannon Sharpe has done, probably warrants some criticism, but I can't be too hard on Shannon. Because look, Shannon's probably not aware that some people are watching him on TV and were like, "Hey, brother, I wish you would pipe down and just talk football.
Sure.
That's what you know something about." Shannon sits on TV and portrays himself as if he's Martin Luther King and Malcolm X Jr. mixed into one. And, those of us or people that